Happy Tuesday. So today we're going to review lessons 81 through 85. And the first lesson we're going to be reviewing is located on page 441. Okay? So that's 441. I'll give you a second to get there. And if you have not gotten there yet, just maybe pause the video. So I'm going to start on page 441, and this lesson is about doubling money and doubling numbers. So anytime we double a number, we are multiplying by 2. So if I say, please double $24, which is what it says on page 441, you are going to do 24 times 2. So we look over here and we say, now, 4 times 2 is 8, and 2 times 2 is 4. So the answer is 48. Okay? Now they even take it a step further, and they say, okay, let's double 48. So let's bring 48 up here. And I am going to do 48 doubled, so that would be times 2. And 48 times 2, let's look at our ones column, our 8 and our 2. And I see that 8 times 2 is 16. Put down that 6 and carry the group of 10. 4 times 2 is 8, plus 1 at the top is 9. So 48 doubled is 96. So that is what we learned. That is the short version of what we learned in lesson 81. And I think actually we were still in the classroom for that one. So that was the first one, doubling numbers. So anytime they say this number was doubled, you have to come up with a times 2 moment. So I am going to go to example number 1, and that's on page 442. And I am going to let you figure out, if I say please double 34. Your job is to do what I've said. So I'm going to give you a second. Go ahead and answer this question. 34 doubled, which means you have to multiply it by a certain number. Okay? And so now I'm going to say 34, and when you double a number, you times it by 2. And let's see if you got that answer right. 4 times 2 is 8, and 3 times 2 is 6. So you should have gotten 68 as your answer. Okay, thumbs up. I hope you get it. Awesome. Okay, oopsie. There we go. I exited out of the program for a second. Oopsie. All right. Here we go. So now we're going to move on to the next lesson, because I think you guys know that one. So we're going to go to lesson 82. 82 is about fair share. Another way to say fair share is division. So fair share is a fancy word for division. So I'm just going to say fair share equals division. So I want to go to, let's see which one I want to do with you. Let's review example 2 on page 447. So please turn to page 447. I'll give you time to do that really quick. Page 447. And on that page you will see example 2, and I will read it for you. 18 students line up in 2 equal rows. So I'm going to write down 18. And I know they line up in 2 equal rows. So I'm just going to write down these numbers like this. I know they're both important, okay? How many students are in each row? So one way we can do this is by drawing a picture. Another way is literally dividing 18 by 2. And whatever way you want to do that is fine. I'm going to do it both ways. Okay? I'm going to do that both ways. Both ways for me is an effective way to answer this question. So the first way, again, is drawing a picture. So I'm going to do this. I'm going to say 2 times until I get to 18. So let's count together. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. Now, if you're wondering why I literally split them up like this, is because they said 2 equal groups. It didn't say 3, it didn't say 4, it didn't say 5, blah, blah, blah. So, I'm going to do 2 groups at the top, okay, as I'm starting off. And if I'm counting by 2s, I know that I can get to 18, okay? So now I'm going to count. I'm going to change to red, and I'm going to count at the top. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So 9 is in each row, okay? Awesome. So 9 is our answer. In other words, let me erase this. In other words, 18 divided by 2 equals 9. A third way you can do this, that's not listed in the book, but we've gone over this before, is just do it backwards. If you say to me, 2 times what gives you 18, you can know, oh my goodness, I know this. 2 times 9, Mrs. Lee, is 18. Okay? I know this is going to be a long lesson, so just buckle up with me, okay? Buckle up and enjoy the ride. So I'm going to move on now to lesson 83, and we're going to move to page 451, okay? So, I would like you to take notice to something. We threw our multiplication table in the garbage, okay? But luckily, they have one right here because I didn't want you to hold on to your multiplication table too much and then not actually understand like how to multiply or how to divide. But in the book, it actually lets you use it for this specific lesson. So what I'm going to have you do is just look at page 451, and you can keep turning back to it to give you that answer or give you that multiplication chart. Okay? Sound good? Awesome. So on page 451, if you forget, it's right here. Page 451 has that multiplication chart for you. So use the multiplication table to find half of 22. So now, like we did in lesson 81, we doubled it, which means we're multiplying by 2. But right now, it's telling us to cut it in half, which means we are going to divide by 2. Any number divided by 2 is going to give you half of the number. Does that make sense? Okay, awesome. So, on the chart, if you look at the top, it gave you the example of 12 divided by 2. So they circled that 12, they looked at the 2, and the other number above it is the 6. So they got 12 divided by 2 equals 6. So now, I'm going to go to example 1 like we said, and I want you to find the number 22 on the chart, in the same row that the 12 is circled. Everyone put your finger on the 22. I know I can't see you doing it, but I trust that you're doing it. So the 22 is in the same row as the 2's. If I just walked up to get that 6 for the 12, I'm going to do the same thing to go up to the 11. Do you guys see that? Which gives me the answer that 22 divided by 2 equals 11. Ding, ding, ding. Okay? Do I think you can do this without the chart? Absolutely. So we're going to do one without the chart. Okay? The chart is there for you, of course, but I think you can do it without it. So let's try to do it without it first. Okay? All right. Let's hurry up. Hurry up. Let's use yellow. So now it's telling me how to figure out what is half a day. If 24 hours is a full day, then I am just going to divide 24 by 2. And one way you can do this, of course, is do it backwards. 2, sorry, let me erase that. What are you doing, Mrs. Lee? 2 times what gives you 24. That's one way to do it. Or you can again flip to page 451. This is not wrong. And find the 24 in the 2's row and walk your fingers up to the, everyone shout it out, 12. Yeah, 12. Okay, so 12 is our answer. 24 divided by 2. 24 divided by 2 gives us 12. Excellent, excellent. We are moving along. Good job, class. So do not forget that on page 451, if you want to use that chart, that is okay. I do not want you to use it as a definite thing every single time, but if you need it for a certain question, that is up to you. So let's go now to lesson 84. We are almost done, guys. Multiplying 2-digit numbers. Lesson 84, example number 3, found on 457. Okay? We've done this. I know you can do this, so let's go ahead and go to example number 3. It's telling us to multiply 26 times 5. So again, it's just like we did before, except now we have to add a little bit more on when we go to the tens place, okay? So we're going to move, and we're going to go to the ones place and say 6 times 5, and I know all of you guys are so excited to say the answer of 30. I'm going to put this 0 on the ones, in the ones column, and I'm going to carry my 3 groups of 10. And now I'm going to do 2 times 5 is 10, plus 3 is 13, okay? 130 is our answer. If it helps you, I want to give you one little tip. If it helps you to circle this so that you don't forget that it's up there, if it helps you to write a plus right here so you don't multiply it, that's fine with me too. Whatever way helps you remember that you are adding the 3 and not multiplying it, that would be awesome to write down. Okay? One more example, then we're going to move on to the last lesson for today. I'm going to go to one of the lesson practices, and I'm going to do 35 times 3. I'm going to move to, sorry guys, that's Maddie Jo crying. I'm almost done though. 35 times 3. And again, we're always starting on the right side in the ones column. It's okay, baby. 5 times 3 is 15. Carry that one group of 10. 3 times 3 is 9. Plus 1 is 10. So the answer is 105. Okay? Again, if you have any questions, please, please, please have your parents email me. Okay? Last lesson. We are flying through this, but I know you are doing awesome at home and really settling in for this 15 minutes. Here we go. Lesson 85 on page 461. I want you to go ahead and go to example 1 again, 461, page 461. So, 15 students lined up in 3 rows. How many students were in each row? So, 15 students in all, 3 rows. So the first thing I'm going to do is do my 3 rows. Perfect. Now I'm going to count until I get to the number 15. So I'm going to say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Now how many are in each row? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And that's the same for every row. So I know this question is telling me 15 divided by 3 equals 5. Okay? We're going to do one together that isn't an example on your paper because it doesn't have the answer written down. All right? I know you've done these lesson practices before, and that's why I'm going to move to, here we go. We are going to go to, let's do lesson practice C. Okay? It says that Todd has 20 quarters. He puts 4 quarters in a stack. Automatically, I am going to put 4 right here. Those are our stacks. Hey, hold on a second. So there's 4 quarters in a stack, and now there's 20. Okay, so I am going to count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. So close. 17, 18, 19, 20. Now let's count how many are in each row. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So what it's saying there is 20 divided by 4 equals 5. Okay? Excellent job today. I do not want it to be longer than this. This is a very long lesson, okay? You guys did awesome. I appreciate you, and I know you don't want to hear Maddie crying anymore, so I'm going to sign off. Have a great day, guys. Bye.